Hello friends, this is Narendra and today we will be discussing the profit and loss, the basic handout, and the handout number you can see that QAHO 7001006 is the handout. Okay, let's move on. Question 1. If an article is sold for rupees 585, a trader incur a loss of 10%. What would be the selling price if the trader wants to gain 20%? We know that the cost price is always 100%, and when there is a profit of certain percentage, let's assume that the profit of 10%, then your selling price will be 100 plus 10, 110% of the cost price. When your profit is 20%, then your selling price will be 100 plus 20, that's 120% of the cost price. Similarly, when there is a loss of 10%, your selling price will be 100 minus 10, that is 90% of the cost price. If there is a loss of 25%, then the selling price will be 100 minus 25, that is a 75% of the cost price. So we have the prior information about this relation. Let's work out. In a given question, there is a loss of 10% if he sells for rupees 585. That means 585 is what percentage of the cost price? When there is a loss of 10%, so 100 minus 10, that is 90%. And the 90% is given as 585. You are asked to find out what should be the selling price if the trader wants to gain 20%. If the trader wants to gain 20%, that is 100 plus 20, my selling price should be 120%. So here 90% is given, which is 585. Let's write down, if 90% is equal to 585, then 120% is equal to how much? So I'll put them in the equation. That's 120 by 90. With 30 I can see 4 times and 3 times. With 3 this number 3 1 and 3 9, 27 and 3 5 15 and 4 5 20, carry 2 and 19 4 76 plus 2 78. This is my answer. Next question. Question number 2. A trader sold an article at a profit of 18%. Had he been sold for rupees 222 more, he would have got a profit of 22%. What is the cost price of the article? Now he first sells at 18% profit. If he would have been added rupees 222 more to the selling price, then the profit would have been 22%. So what can I conclude? The profit is increased from 18% to 22%. What percentage increase in profit? It's increased by 4%. As profit is increased by 4%. When the selling price is increased by 222 rupees. So the 4% profit increased when the price is increased by 222. Therefore, increased part in terms of percentage, 4% increased. In terms of value, 222 increased. So when 4% of the cost price is 222, what is the question? What is the cost price of the article? So cost price we know is always 100%. So let's find out what is 100%. 222 into 100 by 4 and 4 5 20, 4 5 20, again it's 4 5 20. So finally this is 5 5 and 5. That's all, followed by 0. So this is your answer. What is the cost price? The cost price is 5,550. Question number 3. a shopkeeper bought an old chair for rupees 360 and then spent 25% on its cost price on repairs. If he sells it for a profit of rupees 150, then find his profit percentage. So what is it? What is his cost price? The cost price. That means he bought it for rupees 350. But another thing happens. He spent 25% of 360 as in repair. So the repair charges should also be included to this 360, and that will be my overall cost price. And what is the repair charges? Is 25% of 360. Let's see that repair, which is 360 is 25%. I can write it as 1 by 4. So this comes 90 times repair charges is 90. What is your overall cost price? That is 360 plus the repair charge 90, which is 450 is the cost price. And if he sells it for a profit of rupees 150, then find his profit percentage. And we know the profit percentage is equal to profit by cost price into 100. We are aware of it. So let's put the values over here. I need the profit percentage, which is equal to profit, which is 150, by cost price, which is 450, into 100. But you can see this part, it is 1 by 3, and as 1 by 3 is a 33.33%, so I don't need to write this 100. We can ignore this part because we know that 1 by 3, which is equal to 33.33%. So my answer here is 33.33% or 33 1 by 3%. Next question. Question number 4. By selling an article for rupees 364, a man loses 9%. When the person loses 9%, his selling price will be cost price minus loss, and cost price in terms of percentage is always 100%. And as there is a loss of 9%, so minus 9, your selling price will be 100 minus 9, that is 91%. So here it says a man by selling an article for rupees 364, a man loses 9%. That means this 364 is what percentage of the cost price? 100 minus 9, that is 91. 91% of the cost price. Next, find his gain or loss percentage if he sells it for rupees 420. Okay, if he sells it for 420. When he sells it, look at the very simple equation here. When he sells it for 364, it is 91% of the cost price. Can we put in the equation that if he sells it for rupees 420, this will be what percentage of the cost price? Let's do it. When 364 is the selling price, it is 91% of the cost price. When 420 is the selling price, this is what percentage of the cost price? Let's calculate this. That's into 420 by 364, and the rest, I can see that this number gets cancelled by 4 times, and with 4, 1 and 0 and 5. So which is 105%. That means if the trader sells for rupees 420, it is 105% of the cost price. What is the profit percentage? We know that when the selling price is 105% of the cost price, that means when SP is equal to 105% of CP, then the profit is 105 minus cost price, which is 100. So profit is 5%. This I am writing in order to make you understand that how I am calculating 5%. But once you have an idea that the cost price is always 100% and Selling prices depending on the profit percentage. Now I know that selling price is 105% and the cost price is 100%. So what is the profit percentage? 5% is profit. This is my answer. Let's move on to next question. Question number 5. The profit earned by selling an article for rupees 1516 is the same as loss incurred by selling the article for rupees 1112. Okay, find the cost price of the article. Basically, it's a simple equation question with a concept of a profit and loss. It says that the profit when he sells for rupees 1516 is same as loss when he sells it for rupees 1112. Find the cost price. And we all know that cost price is equal to selling price minus profit. And the second one is cost price is equal to selling price plus loss. So I can see in the first case there is a profit, and that profit is same as in the second case there is a loss, and the profit is equal to loss. Let's consider that as a x. So I will consider profit as x and I will consider loss as x. So when there is a profit, the selling price is 1516, 1516. So from this selling price, what should I do from the selling price to profit in order to get the cost price? So selling price minus profit. And how much is the profit? The profit is x. So let's use this formula for first expression, that cost price is equal to 1516 minus x. 1516 minus x. This is cost price. And in another way I will get the cost price when there is a loss. In the second case there is a loss. And how much loss? X rupee. Because profit is equal to loss. I consider that as x. So the loss is also x. And in case of loss, what happens? Cost price is equal to selling price plus loss. So what is the selling price in case of loss? It is 1112. So let's take that 1112 plus loss. And how much is the loss? X rupee. So take x here. And this is my cost price. This is also cost price. So both are same. So left hand side is equal to right hand side. So I got the equation here. And once I got the equation, by solving this equation, I will get the x value. And what is that x? Is profit, and the same is also loss. Let's find out what is x. When x goes over here, it's become 2x, and 2x is equal to that 16 minus 12 is 4, and 15 minus 11 is 4. So it's 404. Am I right? Yes. So therefore x is equal to 202. What is the question? Find the cost price of the article. I know that when the selling price is 1116, there is a profit. And how much profit? X, which is 202. So if I take out 202, I will get the cost price. Or here 1112 is the selling price. From this selling price, if I add this loss, which is x, I will get the cost price. So let's work out with this second part. So cost price is equal to this selling price, that's 1112 plus x, that is a loss, and x is equal to 202, which is equal to, that's 12 plus 2 is 14, and 11 plus 2 is 13. That's your answer. Let's move on to next. Question number 8. A trader purchased 2 articles for rupees 5,500 and rupees 4,500. If he sells them at 20% and 10% profit respectively, find the overall profit percentage. So you know the shortcut for this. So how do we do with the shortcut? I'll take the ratio of this cost price, and which is 11:9. So let's write down this 11:9. And the first one 20% profit, so write down 20 here. Second one 10% profit, write down 10 here. Now we will multiply these two, that is 20 into 11, that's 220. We'll multiply these two, and that is 90. Add these two figure and divide it by these two, sum of these two terms, that is 11 plus 9. That means that is 220 plus 90, 310 divided by 20. This will be my overall profit or loss percentage. How much is that? When I cancel this, this comes 15.5%. This is my answer. So hope the general method you are knowing it. Even if you don't know the general method, we don't need the general method in order to answer the questions like this in exam. We'll always be following this shortcut method. Question number 9. A trader purchased two articles for rupees 6,000 and rupees 5,000 and sells them at 25% loss and 8% profit respectively. Find his overall profit percentage. So again we will go with the shortcut method. And what is that? I'll take the ratio of this cost price, that is 6:5. And this is loss of 25%. So minus 25. This is profit of 8%. So plus 8. And the same thing what we did in the previous question, multiply these two figures. That is 6 into 25, that's 150. And that should be in minus. So minus 150. And here the product is in plus. So add here plus 5, 8, 40. Divided by the sum of these two terms, 6 plus 5, which is 11. So I get this as 110 by 11, which is nothing but 10. So 10% is overall profit percentage. Now the last question of this video. Question number 10. A trader bought two articles for the same price. He sold one at 10% profit and other at 10% loss. Find his overall profit or loss percentage. Did you observe that the trader bought cost price of two articles is same? So the point I need to notice here is the CP of two articles. CP. So I need to check whether it is CP or SP. Here it's given CP. CP of two articles is same. And in one 10% profit, in another 10% loss. So what is overall profit or loss percentage? Let's go with the shortcut method. That is, I mentioned the note over here. You can also refer that. Whenever the cost price of two or more article is same, then the overall profit or loss percentage is the average of profit and loss percentage. That means the overall profit or loss percentage is the average of profit and loss percentage. Let's take the average of it. So profit 10%, loss 10% divided by 2. So as it's 0 divided by 2, it's 0. That means no profit, no loss. That's my answer. Hope you understood this. In my next video, I will continue the same handout with question number 11 to question number 20. This set of question will be in the second video. And after that, we will go with again another video with question number 21 to question number 30. Hope you understood the explanation and have a great time to you.